My name is Marina, and usually I write the kind of teenage angst poetry that Stan was talking about, but a couple of months ago I saw a childhood picture of mine in Israel as a 5-year-old self playing near a bomb shelter, and it kind of inspired me to see things a little bit differently. And I decided to use my poetry to explore the fact that I grew up in Israel where there's a constant war, and the fact that I'm an immigrant in Canada and how I'm trying to deal with putting all of the cultures together. So I wrote this poem based on this picture, and it's called A Child of War. A child of war. Your smile means more, your frown means more, and everything is more intense. Your hate is strong, your love is deep, and you can never stand pretense. Sorry. A child of war, depression's dark, and lust consumes your very being. And beauty's painful, cold, and stark. The bomb sounds scare you into seeing. A child of war, you play in the shadows, in the valleys and meadows of a bomb shelter's gaze. Bombs are like arrows, they bring so much sorrow to this history-hardened place. A child of war, your heart feels more, your eyes see all, the bugs that crawl, the drops that fall, the earth as one blue ball. Oh, child of war, you climb down a wall with a beautiful painted ship. This isn't lore, and you're not a doll. This is real. It's your path on this trip. Sorry. And I actually wrote another poem based on this as well, part of the exploration of this. It's called Reels of Memory. I've lived so many lives, I can't believe that they're all mine. Sometimes I wonder how one person can go through all that in one time. But the memory's so vivid, I can bring them up at will. What good's all this rumination if it makes this life stand still? They say living in the present is the healthiest of ways, but I find that looking backwards helps me understand myself. All the patterns of my childhood, the mistakes I made back then, longing for a different mirror, maybe for a different land. I lied, I stole, I didn't think. They called it home, a magic link. I tried to understand my place, but no one helped me see my face. And my confusion grew with me. The land had changed and I was free. Another 15 years will pass before I understand my path. And now I sit here looking back at the person that I was. I was loved, so very loved, but that helps little when you're lost. And I just have one other, thank you. I just have one other quick poem that isn't based on this, but is more just going through a process of figuring something out. I'm not really gonna explain too much about this one. Something inside of me is dead, but I am choosing not to see. Electric storms inside my head, and yet some part of me is free. Dancing with the nightly shadows moonlight casts on fabric walls. My mind focused like an arrow, yielding spirits tempting calls. Tiptoe bravely on the ledge, staring at my stranger's eyes. Just a little off the edge, I begin to feel alive. Music is a math equation, gorgeous wave that I can see. Didn't know that truth's elation will make me feel so fucking free. So I ride the rush of pleasure on synthetic waves of sound, shimmering, the words are dancing. I can finally feel out loud. The end.
In the British sense of the word. And then laugh off my promise to love and commit, as I must have stopped over at the pub and had a few too many before our coffee date on this insignificant, middle of the week kind of evening.